BJ here. Let's take some time for a simple topic this week. Now I'm going to answer a common question that a lot of folks ask. How much will I make in monthly retired pay? While the true amount is calculated by the Defense Finance and Accounting Service, or for most branches anyway, except the Coast Guard, Public Health Service, and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They use the same formula, but they're a different agency. I can show you a quick way to get a basic idea of what your pay will be. This episode will only cover how to estimate pay under the current, or soon-to-be legacy, retirement plan. There is a slightly different method for the new blended retirement system coming into effect next year. I'll cover that in a future episode. Last week, I covered how to read an Army National Guard retirement point statement. Don't worry, all you other branches, I will do the same for your statements in time. For now, all you need to know is how many creditable points for retired pay you have earned. There is a little math here, but it's not too bad. The basic formula is points divided by 14,400 multiplied by base pay. Consider the points and divided by amount in parentheses for this model. Here's how it works. As I said before, find the creditable points you have earned and write it down. Divide that number by 14,400. This will give you a percentage. Write down this percentage in your notes. Now, find your rate of monthly base pay for your pay grade and years of service. I've got a link to the 2017 pay chart down below if you need help. Put that rate of pay into your notes. Finally, multiply that rate of pay by the percentage you determined earlier. Drop any cents that you have in the answer so you have only full dollar amounts. The result is a relatively close estimate of your retired pay. So let's go through an example. Let's say that Sergeant First Class Jackson, which is a pay grade of E7 for those of you in other branches, has 2,437 retirement points and 26 years of service. His base pay is $5,167.50 per month. If we divide 2,347 by 14,400, we get 16.92%. Now we multiply his base pay of $5,167.50 by 16.92, or 0.1692 if you're doing this on a calculator. The result is $874.34. When we drop the pennies, we get $874. This is an estimate of his monthly retired pay on this year's pay scale. Now, I obviously have left out some factors, such as whether Sergeant First Class Jackson falls under the high 3 or final pay category, and a few other details. That was intentional because I'm focusing on simplicity for this particular technique. The intent is to get a rough estimate, not an exact calculation like DFAS would give you. Here are a few other bits of trivia that are nice goals to have before you walk out the door. For these assumptions, I'm going to presume that you have at least 3 years in your current pay grade, or the pay grade at which you plan to retire. If you have 1,920 creditable retirement points, your monthly retired pay, regardless of grade or time in service, will be equal to what you would have earned in a monthly 4-period or 1-weekend drill. Not bad for a part-time job, is it? If your branch's typical annual training is 14 days long, and you have 2,480 retirement points, then your retired pay each month will be equivalent to drill plus 1/12 of annual training pay. That means, of course, when you add it up for a full year, you've received a full year of AT pay, 14 days, plus 48 periods of drill pay. And if you're in the National Guard and have a 15-day annual training, your goal should be at least 2,520 points to get the same result as the reserves would have. That's the simple formula, guys. Give it a shot with your own numbers and see what you get. And join me next week when I will tackle a much larger topic. I will present an introduction to the modernized or blended retirement system. That will be a multi-part series and will be full of useful information to you. So please join me for that. As always, thank you for joining me, and of course, thank you for your service. If you liked what you heard on today's episode, then please go below and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, please let other people know about this channel and the information it can provide for them. If you have questions or comments, then have no qualms about posting them in the comments section below. Please remember the RC Retirement YouTube channel and the RC Retirement website are not recognized or endorsed by the Department of Defense, the Department of Veterans Affairs, or any other government agency. The information presented in these resources are for entertainment and informational purposes only. Also, the content of either of these resources should not be considered financial or legal advice. Please consult with your own legal counsel, accountant, and financial planner before making any decisions based on what you have learned here. As always, thank you for watching the RC Retirement YouTube channel.